Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking a really fascinating plunge into a unique corner of the art world. Think meticulous craft, playful nostalgia, and some seriously impressive technique all colliding.
Mm-hmm.
We're shining a light on an artist known really only as Btgb. That's a name that, for many people, is synonymous with transforming these beloved pop culture icons into, well, breathtaking high-end glass art.
Absolutely. It's a really distinct niche he carved out.
Have you ever looked at your favorite, Saturday morning cartoon character and imagined it not just flat on a screen, but like meticulously sculpted, a functional piece of art?
It's quite a leap, isn't it?
Right. That's the kind of extraordinary realm Btgb inhabits. So our mission today is to unpack his journey, explore how he didn't just find a unique style, but really kind of defined a whole aesthetic.
Yeah, he really shaped the landscape.
And understand the profound impact he's had on like an entire subgenre of glass art. You're about to discover how this quiet craftsman managed to make his work speak volumes, capturing imaginations, collectors, fellow artists.
And why these pieces are more than just objects. They're almost cultural markers.
Exactly. Cultural touchstones. So, okay, let's rewind. Let's figure out where this all started.
Good place to begin.
Our story kicks off in 2006. That's when Bob, the artisan who would eventually become the enigmatic Btgb, first lit a torch. He started training at Ottone Glassworks down in Florida.
Right.
And that seems like a really foundational experience, turning what maybe started as just curiosity into a genuine craft. He wasn't just messing around.
No, absolutely not. And that early apprenticeship, as our sources point out, it was critical. It wasn't just about learning the techniques, though obviously he mastered those.
Right.
What's really key, I think, is how it gave him that deep understanding of the material, sure, but also it cultivated this hunger to build something uniquely his own.
Ah, that drive.
Exactly, that, capability to forge your own path. That's crucial for any artist trying to stand out, especially in a field like glass. That rigorous training laid the groundwork for all the kind of playful stuff that came later.
Makes sense. Discipline first, then innovation, then life throws a curveball, right? 2008.
A big one.
He and Jacqueline were expecting their first child, and that prompted a move back to Jacqueline's home state, Missouri. Now, this wasn't just personal. Our research shows it was the spark, the catalyst, for his first independent venture.
Which was initially called
Bob's Blown Glass. Pretty straightforward name.
Yeah.
But it was a big step, right? Going from apprentice to essentially business owner.
It absolutely was. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, that move wasn't just about changing states. It was a real entrepreneurial leap. He was consciously deciding, okay, I'm ready to do this on my own.
Use those skills he learned.
Precisely. And then by 2010, that name, Bob's Blown Glass, it starts to evolve.
Into Btgb.
Exactly. And our sources highlight this was a really clever strategic move. The new name was described as cleaner, catchier, more anonymous.
Anonymous, interesting.
Yeah. It went beyond just his name, turning it into a distinct brand. And what's fascinating is that anonymity, that deliberate choice to let the work do the talking, not the person. That became a real hallmark of his whole approach.
So the art stood on its own.
Completely. It built its own kind of mythos, without needing a big public persona. It gave the work this sort of legendary quality almost.
Okay, so he's got the skills, the brand is starting to form. I'm really curious about that breakthrough moment.
Yeah.
When did the work start getting noticed? Our sources point to 2013, pieces like Mario Dome, South Park rigs.
Yes, that was a critical time because that early work, it immediately showed his knack for tapping into that collective pop culture memory, but with a twist.
Right, not just copying.
Not at all. He was transforming them. So for anyone unfamiliar, domes were often these intricate glass encasements, and rigs are these specialized functional glass art pieces, very valued in collector circles for both looks and, well, function. What Btgb did that was so unique was taking these universally loved characters, Mario, the South Park kids, and using really sophisticated high-end glass techniques. It was playful, sure, but also incredibly precise.
That blend again.
Exactly. It just set him apart immediately. It appealed to people who got the joke, the nostalgia, but also saw the serious skill involved. It was, like the sources say, Saturday morning nostalgia with grown-up firepower. He made you look at these familiar things in a totally new way.
Grown-up firepower. I love that. Yeah. So building on that buzz, what came next? What was the piece that really, cemented his reputation, became a cult classic?
The story gets really compelling in 2014. That's when we see the breakout hit. the master shake rigs.
From Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
You got it. Those iconic kind of irreverent characters and meticulously sculpted into what the scene calls heady functional art.
Okay, heady art. What does that mean in this context?
Good question. Heady art basically refers to glass pieces that are super intricate, visually complex, artistically advanced. They go way beyond just function. They're prized collector's items.
Right. So the Master Shake rigs were this bold fusion of that cartoon humor with really serious, advanced glass techniques. What's amazing is how he took a character like Master Shake, who's basically a minimalist drawing of a cup, right?
Yeah, very simple.
And translated that flat 2D essence into this robust 3D glass structure, instantly recognizable, but also impeccably crafted for its actual function. That piece really solidified his reputation for blending pop culture with high-end, complex craft.
Yeah.
It pushed what character rigs could even be.
Taking a cartoon and elevating it?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So after nailing these character interpretations, how did he evolve beyond that? How did he really, as the sources put it, hatch his signature lane? What was the next big idea?
Well, by 2019, he truly did hatch his signature lane with something totally unique to him, the fetal Yoshi egg.
Okay, intriguing.
This was a shift. Still connected to pop culture nostalgia, obviously Yoshi, but an original concept. Imagine these exquisitely sandblasted shells, right, giving them the texture of an egg.
And inside, you have these incredibly detailed little dinos looking like they're still, embryonic.
Fetal Yoshi, okay.
And these pieces came with matching caps and also micros, these tiny, often super intricate glass accessories that complement the main piece. Adds another layer of detail, collectability.
So it wasn't just one piece.
No. That's the key. Collectors weren't just buying an egg, they were actively building entire ecosystems around them. It shows this incredible level of engagement, passion. Each release became a huge event.
That idea of an ecosystem is really powerful. Is that sort of immersive collecting unique here, or is it a broader trend? It sounds like more than just buying art.
It definitely reflects a broader trend, I think, but Btgb just mastered it within his niche. What's fascinating is precisely that ecosystem idea. It speaks to this immersive quality, right? The art extends beyond just one object.
It's a whole world.
Exactly. A holistic, connected experience. It shows he's thinking beyond the individual piece about how it fits this larger narrative, this collection. That creates a much deeper connection with the audience.
Like buying into a universe.
Kind of, like fans of a franchise, but with this exquisite craftsmanship at the center. And it cultivated this incredibly loyal following. People were almost as excited about the next egg drop as the piece itself.
So he built this huge following with his solo work, but the sources also say he didn't just stay isolated. He embraced collabs as currency, big names in the glass world.
Oh, yeah. These collaborations are just massive testaments to the respect he commands in the community. Linking up with Paco early on, that was a big signal.
Like he's arrived.
Pretty much. Then came these highly sought-after collabs with other giants. Grime Glass, Avant-Garde Glass, Salt Glass. Each one, as the research notes, really cemented his stature in that high-end scene.
Wow.
I mean, when artists of that caliber want to work with you, it's not just a casual thing. It's a huge validation of your skill, your innovation, your influence.
It shows he's central to the scene.
Absolutely. Not just a solo act, but a key figure in this vibrant network pushing the craft forward together. And, it's worth mentioning his impact on the next generation, too. Lucky of Triple Blown Glass. Renowned artist now, apprenticed under Btgb for years. That says a lot about his mentorship and influence, too.
That level of respect, especially from peers, that's got to translate into market value, right? We hear his work spans a huge range. $500 shakes to $7 collabs.
Definitely.
And these aren't just pieces you look at. They're signed, numbered, pelican-cased. They circulate as both heady art and cultural currency. That term again, sounds like people invest in them for more than just looks.
That's a really crucial point. For collectors, the question is, what does it mean for art to be cultural currency? It signifies recognition of both things. The intrinsic artistic value, the craft, the creativity, the skill, and its broader cultural significance. It means the piece resonates deeply within a specific community. It's a marker of taste, knowledge, connection within that subculture.
So owning one says something about you.
Exactly. And that recognition often leads to significant appreciation, both in cultural standing and, yes, monetary value over time. It shows his work isn't just pretty. It tells a story, evokes nostalgia, represents a moment for this art form, makes it highly desirable.
That's fascinating. But does that create a tension between the art itself and the market? Does the currency aspect risk overshadowing the craft?
That's a really insightful question, and yeah, that's a tension any artist in a highly collectible field faces. But for BTGB, it seems the integrity of the craft has always stayed front and center.
You think so?
I do. While his work fetches high prices and has that cachet, the core appeal is still the undeniable quality and innovation in the glass itself. He manages that balance by consistently delivering on these intricate details, pushing techniques. The heady art aspect is always there. The market value seems to reflect that commitment, not compromise it.
Okay, speaking of those details, let's talk artistry, because the technical skill is just,
Yeah.
wow. His pieces often have things like reticello panels, UV-CFL color shifts, those subtle engraved BTGB marks.
Yeah, the signatures are key for authenticity.
Right. And he balances playfulness and precision so well, even giving high-end Puffco tops the cartoon treatment. Can you break down some of those techniques? What do they add?
Absolutely. And that level of detail combined with the themes, that's mastery. So, reticello panels, incredibly complex. You're twisting multiple glass canes with air traps to get these delicate netted patterns. Needs immense precision.
Sounds difficult.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Then the UV-CFL color shifts, that's special glass that looks one way in normal light, but boom, under UV or CFL light, it totally transforms, glows.
It's like a hidden feature.
Exactly. It's interactive, adds magic, rewards collectors who really look closely. And the Puffco tops, yeah, those are glass attachments for popular vaporizers, giving those the cartoon treatment. It shows he integrates even functional accessories into his vision. No part is too utilitarian to become art.
Everything gets the BTGB touch.
Pretty much. It shows an artist who's not just skilled mechanically, but deeply innovative, always pushing what glass can do, technically and conceptually. That combo, execution, and imagination lifts it from craft to high art.
So we've traced the journey, the techniques, the impact. Wrapping this up, what's the legacy here? What's the lasting message from BTGB's work?
Connecting it all, I think BTGB's legacy is crystal clear. He really proved cartoons and culture belong together maybe more effectively than anyone else in this space.
That fusion again.
Right. By fusing nostalgia with technique with such incredible skill, he wasn't just making cool objects. He genuinely helped shape character rigs into a full subgenre of glass art. He didn't just join a trend, he defined a huge part of it.
Carved out that niche.
Totally. His story is just this compelling example of how an artist can dominate a niche through pure originality, dedication, and a really smart brand strategy.
Even the anonymity, right?
Became this powerful tool. Let the work speak for itself, built that mystique. Like the source says, when BTGB cracks an egg, the scene scrambles to catch up. That just perfectly captures his influence, the excitement his work still generates.
That is a powerful image. A whole scene scrambling. So for you, thinking bigger picture, what does this mean for art going forward? You know, the lines between high and low culture just keep blurring. Anonymity can be a statement. What other weird, unexpected fusions of art and culture might be bubbling up right now? What other corners of pop culture are just waiting for someone like BTGB to transform them?
That's the exciting question, isn't it? What's next?
Definitely something to think about as you look at the creative world around you. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you got some surprising insights into the really captivating world of BTGB.